Hello. So there's been a state of emergency in California due to something called an atmospheric river. And when it comes to this, I mean, it happened on December 24th, this state of emergency declaration, and it became top news in the US. And so this is interesting because um, Julian did an art piece. He is from California, and the art piece is connecting to this. Like he did a drawing, and the purpose of these drawings is that they will become true, like it is right now. And I'm going to make the case here that this is basically a result of our collaboration, Julian and mine, and I provided with some kind of limiting scope of inspiration, you could say, and Julian put his soulful expression into that subject, and now we see the result here. Top news, atmospheric river, and I'm going to argue about this now. Let's just first look at what actually happened. So
Now here at 5:30, a state of emergency in Southern California. Millions of people, they are bracing for the possibility of a life-threatening flash floods as a dangerous atmospheric river moves right through the region. As CBS correspondent Gwen Baumgardner shows us tonight, the
So yes, there has been an atmospheric river leading to a state of emergency. So the drawing that Julian did is, I'm going to show his drawing very soon, and I'm going to show you how it connects. But first of all, the name of the drawing is Stairway to Heaven, okay? Yes, so if you search for heaven, you see clouds and you see a stairway. And what is this? Like a clouds, like what is a stairway to heaven in a purely physical way? Like, and here's the realization that a stairway to heaven could be seen as an atmospheric river. If you just think about these concepts. First, of course, a stairway to heaven is something heavenly, right? But in this case, it became an atmospheric river, something very, very like very closely connected. It can be seen. Okay, so let me just read you what says here. The atmospheric river that led to the top news and declaration of state of emergency on December 24th, 2025 in California is a literal expression of a stairway to heaven where the stairway is represented by the water and the heaven is the atmosphere. And so the drawing of Julian from California on December 1415 has now officially come true, as it is the top news. Yes, he lives in California. He made a drawing of the stairway to heaven. I'm going to show you some more things here. Julian is starts with Jul, and Jul is Christmas, and Christmas in Scandinavia, which is on December 24th, which coincides with the day of the declaration of emergency of the atmospheric river. His full name, Julian Buttersby, equals to 100, and which equals to stairway in reverse cipher. So his name Julian has a connection to the date of this declaration, and also his name has some sort of connection, you could see here. Let's look at his drawing. Julian started mentioning Trump in when making this drawing. Let me okay, I don't have internet right now, but So if you go to the video where we do this, where he paints this, and you open transcripts and you search for the word Trump, you will see that he mentions that first. He gets this idea of mentioning that because it's like, yeah, he just it morphs slowly into that. But you see here that California, where he lives, in the same cipher, in the base cipher, the ordinal cipher, equals to 88, just like Trump. Meanwhile, you have the Stairway to Heaven is the name of the drawing, you see up here. And it's equals to 91, which is the same as atmospheric river. So he made a drawing of a Stairway to Heaven with Trump in it, but it's a fact that also California equals to Trump and Stairway to Heaven equals to atmospheric river. Stairway to Heaven also equals to the Pineapple Express. It also equals to 91. So it doesn't matter how you look at this. This is connecting to Stairway to Heaven. It connects to California. And Trump became this expression of California. And if you remember the news landscape around, there's a tension between California and Trump. And so let's look at this again. Trump here, he mentions Trump in the video, but I say that, okay, Trump equals to California in your mantra. Stairway to Heaven equals to atmospheric river. And so we literally have the numerology also proving this point at the same time. At the end here, I also want to say that there is a connection to me also when it comes to numerology. So California, you write it short with Cal. You can write California short with Cal. And if you look at Stairway to Heaven Cal, you see that it equals to my name in many ciphers, in many of the base ciphers. So it's just a little parenthesis. So the rest of this video is going to be Julian and me talking about his drawing and his experience, and just a kind of discussion between him and I, where we talk about what happened and that he, like, in my opinion, this wouldn't have happened if Julian wouldn't have done this drawing. It's absolutely connected to him. And yes, from the date of this, connecting to his name, Julian is Jul, which is December 24th, which connects to the state of emergency, and the fact that, you see, this has been in the top news. Yeah, I mean, it's a big deal, all of this. So now we're going to take that other part where we have a discussion, Julian and I.
All right.
Yeah, so here is the artist, Julian, and there's been many connections that happened. We saw the so it's been about this Stairway to Heaven, this drawing, and what I find interesting is that Julian is making it. He's expressing it in his way, and now we see a connection to the atmospheric river in California, where Julian lives. So Julian, he has a channel also, The Battle, and I will link to it below. So as far as I'm considered, something really big has already happened here, and the way that Trump equals to 88, and which also equals to California, and you see the Stairway to Heaven, which basically which has the same numerology um, as what was it, atmospheric river, and so it's just perfect fit. So yeah, what do you think about this, Julian? You that did the drawing on December 14, 15, and as I see it, like this is really this has really happened now, and it's been in the top news, and it's been a state of emergency declaration. How do you feel about and think about this, Julian?
Well, it makes life more interesting, that's for sure. Life has become, I think it's allowed me, like I said previously before we started recording, like it's helped me to become more aware of, you know, causal links, patterns, the fractal bleeding through reality. These terms that, I mean, we're talking conceptually, right? So, metaphorically, but like I said, I'm in the atmospheric river, so I feel a direct connection to it. I grew up in New York, so I've known Trump since I can remember. Known of the character that is that guy. Known. No, I feel like I know him. I don't know. It's kind of hard to describe, but when you're from New York, like he's kind of like he was like the de facto mayor, like, or like the de facto spokesperson for the city for my whole childhood, and I have a connection to him. I feel in some respect. I've always felt that. I probably could pull off a pretty good impression of him because I have the accent down, of all those different dialects, of the
Yeah.
boroughs,
Mhm.
and the subsequent, New Jersey mafia weirdos. But I mean, he's just, oh, I don't know, he's a character for sure. Like he's nothing if not some kind of entertainer. I don't know how else to. I try
Yeah.
not to participate. I don't vote, and especially for that guy or like anybody. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I when I see weather events like I've had, like I think of like synthetic weather and geoengineering modification.
Yeah.
How that all this stuff leaks into the media. I mean, I guess your point is you're saying that it feels like the point of this all is like they don't have as much control as we give them credit for, they or like the people that are in the government or the financial elite. Like it's more like we have control of them in some metaphysical sense, but that's just my interpretation. I'd love to
Yeah.
have you riff though. Go ahead and let me know what you think, because
Uh,
I have a lot of connections to all this.
yeah. Normally, I don't talk about my opinions that much any longer because
Okay,
yeah, it's
okay.
like
Well, that's
I don't know. It's
that's
like
funny.
um, what are my opinions? It's hard to say.
Yeah.
To be honest, it's weird to talk like that, but um, yeah, it's hard to explain. It's like
Well, it's
this
in America,
yeah.
we say we are the government. We say we are the government. It's kind of
Yeah, yeah, I
all up
know,
to us.
I know what you mean.
Our model has designated power to us.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
okay. So
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 like, I
so
don't
that
know. I think
that's
there's a certain amount of taking
that's interesting.
responsibility for me.
That's interesting. That's interesting when you say it like that. Um, Something else that I have been thinking of is the fact, like when you did this drawing, we started talking about Lemuria, right? And Lemuria is beneath
Uh
the
huh. Yeah.
water.
Yeah.
You see, so Lemuria is something like if you search for Lemuria and map, you will see that you see it's paradise on old maps, but now it is beneath the ocean, which has another connection to this atmospheric river, being this um, being this Stairway to Heaven, but instead it's like kind of inverted with what, or I don't know if it's inverted. It's just what is a stairway to heaven like? If you see that in a way, like in a physical way, you could see it in a very literal or metaphorical way. I don't know how to talk about this, but then
I think
to
the
me
waterfall would be
yeah,
a good design.
yeah, yeah, I think so also.
The waterfall.
Yeah, and and that
when you flip it
gives,
upside down.
yeah, and it makes a lot of sense now when it happened, and the fact that your name is Julian, and Jul, like Jul is the Scandinavian name of Christmas, and in Scandinavia the Christmas is on December 24th, and I'm from Scandinavia, by the way. So that's
Scandinavia, where the Christmas tale hails from.
yeah, maybe it does, like Jul at least. So
The tradition, the solstice,
yeah,
right?
okay, that maybe it's the Saturnalia or something. I'm not sure exactly how the history goes when it comes to that. But what I find so interesting is that the declaration of state of emergency of this atmospheric river uh, occurred on December 24th, which is the same day as Jul, connecting to your name, Julian. So once again, there is a connection. And if we look at your full name, your name equals to 100 in numerology, and that is also stairway. So it's like super interesting to me, all of this. Yeah.
So you put stock in gematria.
I do that when, like, I mean, gematria and numerology and this, it has a truth in it. Like there are so many perspectives of seeing things, and numerology is one of these perspectives of seeing just how things become coded, you know. It's one of the ways to see how things connect, in my opinion. Yeah. What do you think about that?
Interesting. Well, I mean, it's not something I'm an expert in, but I
Yeah.
see numerology and numbers feel almost alive, sometimes to me, just like they're just like yelling at you or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But just the patterns that they symbolize, and the significance, probably I think on a subconscious level of humanity's collective conscious. I know that's what they tap into. I guess they're very significant. It must be.
Yeah.
Apart from that, I've come to the side of like them not being evil.
Okay.
33 years of the, but like it's significant. So it's, I suppose I really don't know much. I know a lot, but like probably as much as you, not as much as you. But these things interest me to no end. So the concept, I mean, I guess painting has always had like a power, there's an artist I like that said that he believes that when you're painting, you're creating worlds. So that's kind of the vibe I got from this experiment, like.
And I think I think, like, do you have your drawing there? Do you have your drawing next to you here?
I do, yeah, I do.
Can you
Yeah,
please get it? Yeah.
Put it up behind the dead flowers.
Just hold it up once more, like
actually,
we're just showing that okay, he did he, like, as far as I'm considered, if Julian wouldn't have made this drawing, there wouldn't have been the national emergency here in California, where he is from. So the whole thing here is that I again, like, the numerology is important, and also that what is a stairway to heaven? Well, heaven is clouds, and often if you search for an image of heaven, you see that there is often a stairway going to heaven when you just search for heaven, but in this case it became inverted or something, or there started raining instead, and it became this atmospheric river, which equals to Stairway to Heaven in numerology. I think that's remarkable that the name of this drawing and like what we talked about became a reality. Like, yeah, that's what happened. And Trump is something that he like, um, yeah, he mentioned that the figure there is Trump, and Trump equals to 88, which is the same numerology as um, California. And so you literally have the rain going down on California here, but there's probably a connection to Trump also. Like I mean, I did a video about Trump as separately, but who knows what more could be around that? Who knows? But I consider this to be something that, like, this is the point of these drawings, is that basically it's like I know something, but the whole point of this world is that the point of it is love and unity, but it's also other things, of course. I mean, that I think so, at least. But that's why I think it's important to um, to just so in this case, Julian did something really big here, and I think that's like it's incredible, what happened here. Even if maybe it's destruction, I know, maybe that's what the world needs, uh, we draw a stair like, or he made a drawing of the Stairway to Heaven is in his way, but still it became this what the world actually deserves, in my opinion. Like, it's kind of started raining instead, but as far as I'm considered, uh, yeah, I don't know what more to say. I just I think this is a huge success, like, considering what the point is in what we're doing here, like this kind of collaboration, or maybe we could call it some kind of unity that we did here. We kind of unified in this experience here, Julian and I, and it went great. It's just the world is in a sense alive and talking back to us, in what we're doing here. And maybe you could you said something about
That's amazing.
fractals. You said something about
Yeah.
fractals. Can you please talk a bit more about that? Because I that sounded,
Okay.
yeah.
I just I started, I'm kind of hyper aware already. I was in a car accident when I was 8, and that kind of like, it was bad. It was bad enough to like kind of like wake me up. So like I have abilities, I feel like, a perception, that everyone has, but like, the more you tap into it, the stronger you make it. But from what's happened since painting, this, like, it's been a little bit, it's expanded my scope, and it's made me notice things that were there and that were happening already, but I didn't necessarily give, I didn't give it the credit for the larger picture. I was kind of,
Mhm.
it was localized.
Yeah.
It was in the sort of like in the world of AI, like something in your head like appears to you in the form of a commercial or an advertisement of a product that you might have been, we had a dwelling on for a moment a
Yeah.
couple days ago. So like, seeing taking back that sort of natural, ability and like power, like to like feel empowered.
Yeah.
It's been cool. I mean, I feel like paintings are a lot cooler, like when you're looking directly at it as opposed to on a screen. But this is the best we got, right?
Yeah.
But it's cool. It's been
I
cool to see the
I
posts and
I'm
all that you've noticed linked to it.
I think your drawing went great. I mean,
But
it looks great. It's great. It's just
great. Yeah.
yeah,
Thank you.
and I think that these drawings it's not only on your paper, but it actually is in the world itself. Like this is some kind of I think that that's what we're doing here is a drawing on and I said that before that this is what's being done here, a drawing on reality, and I'm showing evidence of that, and I'm showing evidence that
Hmm.
Julian is connected, and um, uh, yeah, I like that this is possible. That for me it means that Julian has a soul because he knows something that I didn't know, and it's like I took my my puzzle or something and I gave it to him and he put in that puzzle piece that he could provide with, and it became something from that. And for me that's some kind of proof of having a soul, basically, because it's hard to tell with people if if they actually do, but yeah.
It's
um
true. It's true.
so that's like I really like that I'm able to like to do this experience here, and that yeah.
Thanks. Yeah, thank you. Thanks for saying that, man. I
Yeah,
feel the same way, man.
great.
Absolutely. I mean, it took guts for you to start doing it and for you to continue to do it. And I hope I hope you get more strengthened in your conviction as you go on. And I'm happy to be a part of it and grateful. So
Did you see
thanks a lot.
you mentioned something did you physically like did you see something similar to an atmospheric river when you were there, right? You are in California. Have you seen something similar to
Yeah, I
that?
mean,
Like
look,
just
yeah, it's felt whatever atmospheric river is. I don't know if that's a real thing or that was made up by some newscaster, but I feel like yeah, I've been in. It's felt like the great freaking deluge. So
so
yeah,
yeah.
it's felt like it. I've seen. Um, I mean, emotionally, I feel like I've been had a river hit me. But no, it's raining right now. It's been raining for 2.5 days. So, and everyone, it impacts everyone. It's significant. I don't know, if it's my fault, but
Yeah,
I mean that
it's
looks like some rain right there, maybe.
you literally did this in my opinion. But I mean that of course
Well, I can see
of
that because here's why I can see that. Here's why I can see that.
yeah.
Is because sometimes when you leave the house, like in a situation like this, like you go out, you kind of feel the sky opening up and like it parting and like it stopping. So it's like I feel a connection to that. So I mean, I don't see why, the other can't be true. But then I think about, harp and weather weapons and stuff. And so like what significance does that have? Am I completely full of shit when I when I believe those to be, factually, actually in use, actionable. So I don't know what your opinion is. It's probably
Yeah, I
not good to talk about
actually
such things.
yeah, but I mean that like why not mention that, because actually where I went to university, the inventor of harp, he was he came from or like he was in that laboratory. It's called I think it's Ångström laboratory. That's where I studied physics. So he actually
Say it one more time.
Ångström's laboratory in Uppsala. Okay, so I studied physics there, and as far
Okay.
as if I remember correctly, his his financing financed the buildings of this complex, you know. I think so, you know, maybe I believe so. Um, and so yeah, there is a connection also there to
Interesting.
yeah. Um, so that's how it
Well,
is.
I could give you a download about Lemuria. I mean, I spent 6 or 7 months in Mount Shasta, which Mount Shasta, if you look up Mount Shasta, I mean, and this could be like the Stairway to Heaven concept. You know, I mean, I had extraterrestrial experiences while up there. I also went into like volcanic tubes and had amazing experiences down like subterranean under earth. And there's legends about that California is a piece of India, and it's actually where like it was like Mu or Lemuria. Um, I don't know if those are two different civilizations, but that it drifted up here, and so Shasta takes sort of in legend the historical claim that it's actually a part that drifted up from India, you know.
Yeah.
Um,
And
and
that
so
connects to your
when I
drawing again. It connects to your drawing because this is water, and it is a subject of what was it? Stairway to Heaven. So it's heaven, it's paradise, and it has a connection to all of what you just said. Your drawing is connecting to all of that, you know. I mean,
yeah, man.
it's amazing, you know, how it can be like this.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, it certainly feels like it's empowering, and it
Yeah.
gives the regular Joe, or just
What I
power.
yeah. Um, I'm just really happy that like I can see that there is I call it a soul, you know. I call this as some kind of like you took your soulfulness and made this drawing, you know. And I what did I do? I kind of what did I do? It's
You were a guide.
yeah,
You were a guide.
I kind of limited you to something, you know. Do this. I was this limitation, and you were the chaotic soul doing something. And yeah, and that's how
Cool.
a unity should be done, in my opinion. So, and we see the results. We see how powerful this was, and that it's literally like as I'm saying, like this event that happened, it had it has so many connections to you and to this drawing here that happened. It's a given. It's a given that it's connected to this event, like to your drawing. Okay, so
Mm.
we have 4 minutes left. Would you like to say something at the end? Because this is going to break up this timer here. Do you want to add something more
Yeah,
at
four
the end?
minutes left in the video. All I'll say is it's been cool because I have all this painting supplies and I'd like to use it, and so I feel motivated to try it more often to affect you know the planes and it just is, what you've taken from it is just so much more than I ever could have. So it's a thrilling concept and experiment, and I'm convinced. I
Yeah,
don't know. I added to the drawing, but yeah. Apart from that, no. I would just encourage anyone tuning in to give it a try and to
yeah,
support this. I think it's a
yeah,
good project that you're doing. I think it's good. It feels amazing, and
yeah,
and I think there's something very important that you're doing by doing this. And I don't know how else to put it, but it's important, and it feels like you know you feel, to me, you've always felt like the only person doing what you're doing. So that's, that's a good thing
That's
when you
good.
have
That's
when
good.
you're using your
That's good.
brain and you're thinking and you're trying to process. Yeah, that's how I feel, man. So thank you.
And
Thank you so
also,
much.
I just want to say something more, that I don't know if
Sure.
I don't know if you noticed, but on the internet, and like when it comes um, to 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 uh, oh, I don't know how to explain this, but there is some kind of idea floating around that we are tiny, we are small, we are just a sand in the Sahara, or our planet, or
Mm,
whatever. And this idea that we're so
yeah.
small, we're so pointless. What we're doing here is that we're showing the opposite, that we are not small and we're not pointless, basically. Or we um yeah, like it's not it's not just a grain of sand, you know what I mean? uh,
Yeah.
so that's just something I wanted to say also. So yeah.
That's great because, that's important. You can't, you kind of have to experience that for yourself. You have to experience um, empowerment and what power is, and the creative process. And I think it takes a lot of guts for you to go, against the current, as it were, of like
But
thoughts, and sort of try your own thing. But I feel that I feel very much, I feel like it's been an empowerment
that's
trip the
great.
last couple of weeks working with you. So yeah, I need
Great.
it. I need it.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, I
great.
need
That's
empowerment,
great.
man.
And you never have to feel again that, like, or at least that's how I see it, you're not just a grain of sand, you know what I mean? And
Yeah,
there's something
yeah,
bigger. And even if you are even if you're a grain of sand, you are it's something infinite in that grain, you know what I mean?
yeah.
So yeah. So let's
Awesome.
now it's going to end. So see you. Thank you for this experience, and see you another time. So
See you soon, man. Yeah,
yeah,
anytime. Hit me up, man.
yeah,
Anytime.
okay, sure.
All right.
Bye bye.